Many learners find one-way roads very tricky, and it's quite a common reason why people fail their driving test, because they're not able to identify one-way roads, and if they do, not quite sure how to drive on them. If you're scared that's going to happen to you, this video is for you. My name is Mustafa, and I'm a driving instructor with over 9 years experience, so I've pretty much seen it all. And make sure you stay to the very end of this video, because I'll be sharing with you three nice tidy ways to identify when you've joined a one-way road, and also the two key differences that you need to make to your driving when driving on one-way roads. And you need to have all 5 pieces of information nailed down properly to give you the best chance of securing that pass on your driving test. Okay, so on to the lesson. The first way to identify when you are joining a one-way road is the road sign as you enter the road. So you'll see that as I join into this one-way road, there's going to be a one-way sign. It's a blue oblong with a white arrow. And that's something that you absolutely must notice as you enter a one-way road to know that you've joined a one-way road and not a two-way road. But if you missed the first clue, don't worry, there will be other clues as well. Okay, on to the second clue. The second way that you can tell you've joined a one-way road is that if you look at all the parked cars on this road, they're all parked facing the same direction. That's another strong clue that it's a one-way road, because all the vehicles entered from the same side and are leaving on the same end as well. No one can park any other way. If you missed the first 2 signs, again, don't worry, we'll come on to the third one now, which is the most important one. Okay, so here it is. The third and final way to identify a one-way road is by looking at the road markings. So if you look on the floor, if you look at the 2 broken white lines, they are extending all the way across the whole road. And if you compare it to the road opposite, which has got 2 broken white lines for half of it and a single broken white line on the other side, that's what a two-way road looks like. But the one-way has got the 2 lines all the way across. Show that there's no cars which are coming in, there's only cars which are leaving. If you find the video helpful so far, please drop it a quick like, because that's going to help YouTube to share the video with more people just like you. Okay, so having discussed the 3 main ways of identifying how you're driving on a one-way road, now we're going to be looking at the 2 main differences it should make to your driving if you're driving on a one-way road compared to driving on a two-way road. Okay, so the first key difference it should make to your driving is the speed that you drive at on a one-way road. Now, the speed limit still applies, so you can't start breaking the speed limit. But what you can do on a one-way road is drive a little bit quicker than you would be driving on a two-way road. And I'll explain why in just a moment. Okay, so you see, as I turn in now, this being a one-way road, I can drive a bit quicker around this bend because I know there's no vehicles coming towards me. If this was a two-way road, I'd be driving a lot slower and anticipating that someone might be coming towards me. So that's the first big difference. Speed. You can drive quicker because you know there's nobody coming the other way. Now on to the second and most important difference it should make to your driving when driving on a one-way road. It's to do with your positioning. So at the end of the road, at the end of this one-way road, I'll be turning right once again, doing mirrors and signal as you would do. But because it's a one-way road, I'll be positioning all the way over to the extreme right-hand side. This might feel like I'm driving on the wrong side of the road, and it would be if it was a two-way road, but it's not. It is a one-way road, and that is the right place to position. But the reason being is if there's any car behind me that wants to make a left turn, they could position directly next to me and make their left turn while I'm making my right turn. If you found the video helpful, then please hit subscribe so YouTube remembers to reunite us every week when I upload more videos with more driving test tips. And the interesting thing is that as tricky as one-way roads are, it's not the most common reason people fail their driving test. It's actually observations at junctions just across the board. And from my experience teaching learners, the junction that catches people out the most is roundabouts. And so if you haven't watched my roundabout video already, watch that one next. That will help to ease your stress and give you the tools that you need to manage roundabouts better on your driving test and beyond. Thanks for watching, and God bless.